Merchant mariners were always called the last gypsies. I don't know who came up with that term. It kind of stuck. So most of the time when I got home from a long hitch, I'd meet people and our conversations would always come around to what I did for a living. And it would interest them and they'd have questions like, well, what kind of ships did you work on? And what purpose did those ships serve? And what kind of places have you gone to? What kind of work have you done? You know, the usual. But the conversations always ended with, well, you kind of have to be there. I never really liked being thought of as a gypsy because gypsies have a kind of a bad reputation, you know, for being nomads or you know, antisocial or not really part of society or not really productive members of society. But if you've seen what we actually did for a living, you would think that we're anything but. I'm the Saipan sailor, and I'm going to take you through a day in the life of the last gypsy. I served on one ship between 2005 and 2008. This vessel was one of dozens of light medium speed roll on roll off ships, or LMSRs as we call them. Now, there were different classes of these vessels, which I won't go into, and they were all named after war heroes, either from World War II or Vietnam or Korean War, so on and so forth. This particular vessel that you're going to see is one of five sister ships. Now, we carried enough supplies, everything needed to supply an entire company of Marines for a month. And we did. We had it all. I mean, we had fuel, we had MREs, we had ammunition, weapons, we had tanks, armored personnel carriers, Amtraks, Humvees, you name it. Everything they needed. And when a war was going to break out, we would just anchor somewhere and wait. In fact, our motto was one call gets it all. We went on a lot of exercises just to test the equipment and our own skills. Uh, we did some replenishing. We were able to do underway replenishments or unreps as they call it, but never did any of that. But we did fuel smaller boats, you know, and we did some offshore loading and unloading of vehicles uh, from barges up our stern ramp, which you're going to see a little bit of that. And then you're going to see pictures and conversations with some of my crew members. They were great people on that ship. As I looked at some of them, some memories came flooding back. Very fond memories. Now, some of the dialogue you may not understand. That's who we are. I mean, we have our own culture. We have our own our own ways, our own language, our own rules, our own everything. That being said, let's get started on this day, shall we? Welcome aboard. The digital camera? Digital cam, and you guys are on the air.